leave me like this until morning, even if I call and tell you to take these off.
Really?
Until tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Ever been to a sleep clinic?
I don't need a sleep clinic to tell me I'm a sleepwalker.
From what you told me, you're more than just a sleepwalker. You're a parasomniac.
What's a parasomniac?
Someone who can do just about anything while they're sleepwalking.
A knife. Do you have a sharper one?
I got rid of all my knives. I sleepwalk sometimes. I didn't want to hurt myself.
Have you ever harmed yourself before?
Hi and welcome back to Real Reviews, where today I'm diving into In My Sleep. That's right, it's an indie thriller with an 80s vibe, which is written and directed by Alan Wolfe and is currently available on Prime Video. So let's dive into this and find out exactly what all the fuss is about.
Were you too tired to drive home last night?
What's wrong?
Sometimes after I fall asleep, I keep going. It can seem like I'm awake, but I'm really sleepwalking. What did we do?
You won't remember me.
Who is this?
I bet you're hooking up right now, aren't you? Some pretty girl you won't remember the next day. This will kill you.
Who gave me this?
Someone who's not used to shopping for guys.
What's wrong?
Anne's missing.
Found a body that matches her description. There were multiple stab wounds.
So the thing to remember going into this film is that this is not going to reinvent the wheel in terms of what thrillers can do and what they're capable of. Yes, In My Sleep has got a distinctive 80s look and vibe and feel about it. Philip Winchester is very much a young Nathan Fillion as Marcus, this sort of like masseur who works in a massage parlour, but also happens to have this sleepwalking condition. He also has childhood trauma thrown in for good measure, and he's a little bit of a ladies' man. There's a certain degree of stereotype and cliche thrown in here. His best friend, played by Tim Draxl, Justin is his name, and he has a wife, Anne, played by Kelly Overton. So ultimately what you then have is a love triangle of sorts. Now the issue that you have also is the fact that Anne gets murdered. We don't know by whom or how, but the thing is that Marcus thinks it was him. So it's really quite formulaic. It's quite as you would expect it to be, and it feels very much like an 80s TV movie ultimately. So there's a certain degree of nostalgia that goes into this, but there is more to In My Sleep than just that. So let's dig a bit deeper, shall we?
You ever feel like you did something really bad you couldn't remember?
What do you think you did?
We got a 911 call.
I didn't call 911.
Well, someone called 911 from this apartment.
Do you think you killed her?
I don't know.
Do you really sleepwalk? Or is that just some sort of cover?
I need some help here! I went sleepwalking again last night. What kind of march don't we do this?
Where were you the night she was murdered?
I was sleeping.
So the thing that makes this slightly more sophisticated than audiences might expect it to be is the fact that there is a genuine story, as I said, working its way underneath all the superficiality. Yes, there is an 80s vibe and an 80s look, and that's going to lead people down the garden path of thinking that this isn't a quality piece of work. But the thing about it is that you've got subliminal imagery being used within the dream sequences and the flashbacks as Marcus is experiencing, how as he's reliving or discovering different things within the story itself. And it's, again, there are serious Memento vibes thrown in, and you do get sort of a body double sort of feel to things. But the thing that really drives it for me is these performances that are really, they really commit to them. Yes, there is a tremendous degree of like cliche involved there, and it does adhere to a formula, but it does it really, really well. And this is what I like about In My Sleep. This is what actually kept me watching, kept me interested, and kept me engaged. So on that note, I'm going to dive into my rating. Let's do that.
Sometimes in your dreams, you do what you really wish you could do in reality.
Right, so I'm going to be giving In My Sleep a 3 out of 5 on the big old 5 scale, because ultimately, yes, this might adhere to a number of different conventional cliches and stereotypes within this particular genre, but it does it quite well, and it's inventive and it's sophisticated and it's sort of disarming in its sort of like in its simplicity, but ultimately it works, and it's worth watching and it's worth investing in, and it's enjoyable. If nothing else, if you want something that you can just dive into, this is what I would recommend as an easy watch. So on that note, I'm going to dive into the trailer. Let's do that. And so it is, you've reached the end of the video review for In My Sleep, which is currently streaming on Prime Video and is written and directed by Alan Wolfe and stars Philip Winchester. So if you've liked the video, then give me a thumbs up. Failing that, you can always just drop a comment in the comment box below and I will respond. And finally, just subscribe so that every Tuesday and every Saturday, when I literally drop another one of these videos straight into your lap, then you can get a little notification and pop in and watch or listen to as much or as little as you'd like, and then go about your day. In the meantime, check out the rest of the channel and maybe pop over to the Patreon page. Take care. Cheers now. Bye.